Forum is releasing its report tonight. That's at the Industrial Development Corporation. Our reporter Sibongile Mkani-Mpolweni is at the IDC. Sibongile, you have a guest, but first of all, just give us the background, the importance of this report that will be handed over to the President.
Yes, good evening, Francis. We're coming to you live from Sandton. Indeed, you'll remember that last year the Motlanthe Foundation, led by the former president, Kgalema Motlanthe, went to Drakensberg, where they had business people, people from government, private sector, you name it, where they were discussing issues such as your land issue, youth inclusion, and the economic growth of this country. But to tell us more about what transpired there and what will be happening today is Professor Gumede from the Wits School of Governance. Professor, good evening. Just tell us what transpired last year and what can we expect today?
Yeah, you know, last year what we tried to do is, under the ambassador of the Motlanthe Foundation, was to bring people from diverse stakeholders all together, you know, business, civil society, government, young people, and to think about our economy. I mean, our economy is in a crisis. We need to create growth. We need to create jobs. We need to get new investments. We say, how can we think together and how can we build trust between all of the stakeholders, because we're not going to get the growth unless we build the trust and unless we bring new ideas. So the idea was, what new ideas can unlock growth that can provide millions of jobs to South Africans that we so desperately need.
It has taken you quite a few months to bring up the report. What can we expect?
You know, the interesting, you know, what we're bringing in now is, after we've brought different ideas together from different groups, what we now can expect is, just over the head of the elections, you know, we've got elections ahead of us, political parties, everyone is making a pitch of where to take South Africa. What we're offering is, you know, an inclusive set of proposals, you know, to generate growth for the country.
Thank you. That was Professor Gumede. Well, you've heard it. Everyone was included. Young people, business people, everyone that matters in this country had a contribution into this report to take the country forward. We will hear what the President, Cyril Ramaphosa, will say when he receives the report later tonight, Francis.
Do we know much about the content? There has been releases before saying that Kgalema Motlanthe on land, for example, says we need to speed up land restitution in this country. He's not necessarily, or his foundation, not necessarily supporting expropriation, though.
We are going to hear much on that tonight when himself will be debating here with the panelists as well as with the professors to tell us more what their stance really is on that matter, Francis.
All right, thank you very much, Sibongile, and we'll follow that for you. President Cyril Ramaphosa receiving that report a little later tonight.